In recent years, the struggle with weight management has become an increasingly prevalent issue. Various diet plans and fad diets have emerged, promising miraculous results, yet the reality often falls short of expectations. In this next podcast episode, we will discuss some of the most common reasons diets fail and gain valuable insight to develop more effective strategies for your health and fitness journey to finally reach those goals you have been dreaming of. Thank you for listening to the Break Free and Get Fit podcast with me, your host, Dr. Janelle Taveras. This purpose-driven and powerful podcast will provide you with the necessary strategies and tools to break free from everything limiting your full potential to live a fit life. It's God's desire for you to be fit, healthy and whole, missing nothing. Jesus has already done his part. Now it's your turn to do your part to co-labor with him. Success in life doesn't happen by accident, but is a result of your day-to-day choices. Listen to every episode with an open heart and hear the voice of God speaking to you and guiding your next steps. Let's get into today's episode. I am so happy we're here having this conversation today about diets and why diets fail. I think King Solomon said this best in Ecclesiastes. There is nothing new under the sun. We can see all these emerging trends, all these fad diets, all these quote unquote new things popping up, and they play into human nature and our desire and our goals and our needs. And so we pay attention to these things, but in reality, some of these diets are recycled from older diets. They just change the names. And ultimately, diets are designed to fail. I was looking at studies on diet failure, and I saw numbers from 75 to 97%. One study done in 2014 by Fedhoff said 95% of diets fail. Regardless, that's a really high number. That's saying that if you are on a diet right now, you have about 75% chance that your diet's going to fail. And that's the better estimate. So you're not going to achieve your goals with the diet that you are choosing. Let's talk about this. There's two definitions of diets that I find. One is the type of food that one eats. And this can be referring to an animal or a community, but I want to focus on us as individuals, right? The type of food one habitually eats. So it's like the sum of all of your habits is your diet, right? Then the second definition is a specific eating plan designed for health reasons. This definition I have an issue with because plans all have an end point. So we have this mentality of, okay, I'm going to pick up a diet and I'm going to achieve my goals, and then I'm just going to go back to my normal diet, the normal way of eating. And so let's review some of these diets. I just want to name them, and if this is something you want to go through specifically, like the pros and cons of each, what consists of each of these, let me know. Send me an email, go to my website, write to me on my YouTube, and I could do that in one of the following episodes. So some of these diets that are popular right now, intermittent fasting, the 5-factor diet, Atkins, paleo, keto, juice and smoothie or like liquid diet, the TLC diet, the Mind diet, Weight Watchers, Bone Broth diet, the DASH diet, Whole30, Mediterranean, raw foods, and vegan, plant-based or vegetarian. When we go through these reasons that diets fail, I think we can learn a lot. Just like Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. And this is why I like to teach strategies. I like to teach principles because these are timeless and these are ways to get through some of this content and information that's getting thrown at you. And it gives you discernment about what can you take from this, or this is just totally trying to get me to waste my money. And diets are designed to fail so we can stay in this diet trap and just go from one to another and another to another because we think we need a diet to get to our health and fitness goals instead of changing our lifestyle habits. But anytime something promises fast results with minimal work, we want to get on the bandwagon, not learning from our past that being on the health and fitness journey, being healthy takes work. Whatever you don't maintain, you lose. So even when you get to your health and fitness goals, now you have to maintain this. This is a lifelong journey. It takes work. It takes effort. It is not quick. It is not a one and done. These are choices, lifestyle choices that you make. What your current health condition, a result of your diet. It's a result of your habit. It's a result of the choices that you make every day. So if you want to change your state of health, you have to change those behaviors, change those habits, change those choices. And it sounds really simple, but it's not. That's why the health and fitness industry is booming and makes so much money. So hopefully through going through these reasons that diets fail, we can think about more effective strategies that we can incorporate on our health and fitness journey to get those goals, to make progress and experience success in our health and fitness. Yes. All right. So one of the reasons diets fail are unrealistic expectations. A lot of these diets promise fast results with minimal work. That's a red flag for me. And so your measure of success now is off. And in the last podcast, we talked about measures of success and focusing on wellness instead of just weight or a size or something like that. There's so many other measures of success we should pay attention to. And according to a study by Smith et al. In 2018, 75% of participants who failed their diets attributed it to unrealistic goals. So this is a huge red flag. Also, any diet that eliminates a whole food group together or focuses on just one type of food, that's a huge red flag for me. And we'll go into that later in detail. The second reason diets fail is inadequate behavioral changes. And a lot of these diets, it's like super strict, super unenjoyable. How are you even going to keep that up? And this is why I have an issue with the wrong definition of diet. Your diet is your lifestyle. It's what encompasses all of what you normally eat. And so if something is too strict or you don't enjoy it, there's no way you're going to sustain it. You're not going to be successful. The third reason diets fail is lack of social support. It's hard doing this on your own. It really is. I am a self-motivated person. And, this is why I started Break Free, Get Fit. I have I Am Fit and Free, which is a private Facebook group. And it helps me to encourage others because this can be really lonely and it can be exhausting. But it's like with any journey, if it's a very long journey, you want to go with people. You want to have that support, create that support. And I love the gym because it's just a natural source of support. You see, everybody there has the same goals. They're there to work out. It's an atmosphere of success and it is supportive. You get to see people, speak to people, and it's encouraging. So I like gyms. Not everybody likes the gym. I also love group classes. I used to teach Zumba, and it was just an amazing experience. You make friends in Zumba. You're like, come to class. You need me to pick you up. And just that was a natural encouragement and support. Sometimes we don't get those in our house, in our home with the people that are around us, but classes, having a fitness buddy, that all helps. And so lack of social support can cause diets to fail. Also, privation, and this kind of relates to what we were speaking earlier, but extreme diets that severely restrict food groups can lead to deprivation and frustration, resulting in failure. In one study, Anderson et al. In 2019 said 80% of individuals who followed restrictive diets experienced failure due to psychological distress and inability to sustain eating patterns long term. Again, this is why I don't like diets. The stress that deprivation can cause, it can counter the effects of everything you're trying to do to improve your health. Stress is terrible. So another reason diets fail, this is number 5, is lack of individualization. Just because something claims to work for a group of people doesn't mean that it will work for you. Just because something works for me doesn't mean it will work for you, and vice versa. And everything doesn't work for everybody. This is why I like to start with a holistic health assessment. If you go to my link tree, which is in the show notes, you can scroll down to holistic health assessment. And it is just a survey that helps you reflect on your personalized needs. Everybody should have a health and fitness plan that is specifically tailored to your needs, also to your likes, what you enjoy. If you enjoy something, you're going to stick to it. Number 6, balancing nutrition and exercise. This is a huge one. You can't out-exercise a bad diet, and you really need both. Exercise can give you so much benefits with your mind, helping you feel confident and sticking to a diet. And so you need both these things. You need balanced nutrition and exercise. Also to note, insufficient calories can also slow down and damage the metabolism long term, causing you to have a harder time losing weight or getting fit. You also don't want to have an all or nothing approach. In one study by Davis et al. 2015, it was found that inadequate physical activity accounted for 55% of failed weight loss attempts. Now, another study determined that it only takes 10 minutes of exercise 3 times a week to experience health and wellness benefits. So start small. Something is better than nothing. All right, moving on to number 7. Having emotional triggers can cause to diet failure. So if you don't address other things like stress and boredom, emotional eating, forget it. It can be very difficult to stick to a healthy lifestyle. And sometimes physical behaviors are a result of spiritually rooted issues. I have a teaching titled Fix Your Spiritual Diet, and it addresses just this. A lot of times we neglect this part of ourselves that is spirit. And if you fix your spiritual diet, this can really help hash out some of those deep-rooted issues, and then it will help you towards your health and fitness goals and achieving that weight loss that you so desire. So, number 8 reason diets fail, poor sleep quality. So technology's really disrupted us in our rest. We need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per day, and we have to take care of that bedtime routine. You don't get the adequate number of hours of rest on a regular basis. I mean, it can really disrupt your hormonal balance and cause you to crave all kinds of things. And so this is one of those essentials, those health and fitness basics, is getting quality sleep. All right, moving on to number 9. Lack of sustainable strategies. And this can cause the roller coaster all or nothing effect. And this is also tied into things wanting these strict uh, deprivation type of diets, or even fitness plans where they just want you to go all in 6 times a week, doing these high impact interval trainings or weight trainings where it's just completely shifting your fitness habits from 0 to 100. And what happens here is one mistake can have you ruin everything. So let's say, you're trying to do a fast for 24 hours, right? You make it to, hour 20, you're like, I can't do this anymore. You decide to have a small snack, and then it turns into a disaster for the rest of the day because you just start eating. So this used to happen to me quite frequently. And then I would go from really strict to binge and then want to punish myself and kind of do it again. So this can create cycles. I would also over-exercise because of this. And so that's not sustainable. It's not healthy, and absolutely can cause us to fail in our fitness attempts. So now the biggest problem, the biggest reason why diets fail is undoubtedly mindset. This can be the biggest ruin of achieving your health and fitness goals. And it starts with believing that you can or cannot achieve your fitness goals, or thinking, oh, it's too late. Oh, I've had kids. I just can't have a fit midsection anymore, or I'm over 40 or over 50. It's just done with me. I just have to accept how I am. I have to accept this state of fitness. Or you get a diagnosis and you just accept that you can't improve. And a lot of times we really believe these things, and we get into one diet, get into another, and this thinking sort of rises up, and it will cause us just to be completely paralyzed and say, I just don't want to do this anymore. What's the point? And I want to tell you, who's listening right now, it is never too late. And yes, you can achieve fitness. You can achieve those health and fitness goals. Now, diets fail because they focus on temporary changes. You think, oh, let me do this for a while, then go back to my normal way of eating once I, quote unquote, reach my goals. However, this is not sustainable. This is not the way you want to do things. You want to change your mindset on what you consider normal and improving your lifestyle. Small, sustainable changes over time will give you greater results than any diet can. So make those small changes, be consistent, and keep listening to my podcast, Get Connected, I Am Fit and Free Facebook group, get connected to my YouTube, and we're going to stick to this journey together, and you are going to reach those health and fitness goals this year in 2024. I look forward to seeing you get fit, spirit, soul, and body.